You won't have a choice, you'll have more bids. Just an
But
observation.
but you make a good point, the testimonials and the referrals are things that I really definitely have to work on.
So, how many and when would that happen?
Well, at least it's sort of exciting.
There you go.
What are you gonna do today what are you gonna change today? How will you change your brand as a result of today? Are there any adjustments you're gonna make as a result of today? For me, in this discussion and getting everybody's feedback, I am gonna do a casual Friday, but I am gonna continue to test out a collar shirt every day. I think, again, to pick on myself and use myself as an example, I think I need a little bit of refinement. Not to change myself from my presentation or anything that I do on social or on podcasts or anything like that, but just to kind of refine and retune things. It's like you gotta take your car in the shop every once in a while and get that tune up. And I took a hard look at myself in the mirror because it was the holidays and New Year's and my birthday all clumped together. So I'm like, and I have really big goals as a reverse engineer. If I really want to double my business in 12 months, how do I look a year from today? And it's not wearing, the so-and-so pilot shirt. You know what I mean?
There's a great men's shirt store product called Untucked.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the
Yes.
Shark Tank thing.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah, big time Shark
I
Tank.
did not know
It's a
that,
Shark
but I think
Tank
it makes, so
product.
you need to look at those shirts. I think that would fit into your new
Thank you.
image.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Well, and I've always looked at it, I've always tried to create an image that whoever I'm working with, am I replicating them?
Right. Yeah.
Am I too casual based on what they're wearing? I've always tried to be a little bit maybe more refined than who I'm working with. But in your case, you're working with some top level companies. And what do they look like?
Yeah.
You know?
And another part of the thought process is if I really want to establish myself in 10 which I do,
Yeah.
I think I need not a lot. I'm not gonna. You'll never see me in a tie.
So,
You always see me in a little, with the same brand watches and stuff like that.
And a very special watch.
Yeah. But no.
so years ago, when I was in the construction business, we had an insurance company out of Phoenix that was wanting to come down. They did a lot of construction insurance products, and they wanted to come down into Tucson market to start, talking to the folks down here. And anytime I'd see the guys come down, they were in jackets, ties, all of this kind of stuff. I'm like, that's not gonna work. However, you build your brand so that if you take off your tie, you're a little more casual, but you still look nice, you still look put together. If you take off your jacket and just put your tie on, again, men I think have it so much easier
Oh, yeah.
than women do when it comes to how they can kind of mirror match their customers by just putting on the jacket, taking off the tie, putting on the jacket and the tie. I was on a webinar yesterday where the woman was talking about you go into a business and if you're presenting to manufacturing, you have to look a certain way. If you're presenting to engineers, you need to look another way. So you have to figure out ahead of time who your audience is going to be. But we only get one shot. We go in and we wear something very specific, where you guys have it a little easier.
This is reversal. So, with this particular group, I think all of us have a very strong brand. Too bad there wasn't someone else besides myself to pick on today. But, I think most of us is, what we're getting at is like, I think what we need to do is just amplify ourselves a little more. I think we all have a lot of positives. I think maybe follow up with our clients could be something, sounds like, in your situation, called that follow up. Once you start selling thousands and thousands of units, that's going to be critical, right? I think all of us could probably do that a little better. Maybe a slow drip type of email campaign just to keep ourselves in front of our audience.
It's that question of always asking yourself, how can I refine my brand? You talked about McDonald's, consistency, right? They come even to the point of where those 3 pickles go on burger. It's like, I mean, that seems like maybe overkill, but it's consistency, and they see that as contributing to that consistent. That's so much of the brand.
So I was in, what's the chicken place?
Chick-fil-A.
Canes?
No, we were raising canes.
I was in
Raising
Raising
Cane's.
Cane's for the first time yesterday,
Yeah,
and
what was your view?
I'm pretty impressed, very impressed. I love the,
Did you like the food?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Do they, just out of curiosity, because I watched it go up, it took bloody forever to build it, but somebody said that you don't get really a choice in what you order. It comes with French fries, it comes with the.
It's very simple.
It's,
Very
Yeah, it is
basic.
basic.
You can modify a couple things. You can ask for something different.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't, if you don't want fries, you don't have to have fries.
okay.
It's the Henry Ford approach, right? Have any kind of Model A you want, so any color as long as it's black.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty
As long
much.
as it's black.
Well, what, you know, again, from a different perspective, I mean, kind of the trend these days is when you go into McDonald's now, it's like you have all these, you know, it takes you forever to decide what you want. And what I liked about there is like, you want 1, 2, 3, or 4,
Right,
Yeah.
that's true.
basic.
Well, it's like going to In-N-Out.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not a great burger, but it's
no,
very simple.
very simple,
Mhm.
yeah.
You don't go to Cane's and it's all carbs. The whole thing is carbs. There is not one single healthy thing.
Is there chicken in there?
You know, I guess.
That's just the way, you know.
It's their vibe. No, that's not me.
Yeah, no,
So
no,
I went in there
They're-
once just to see, okay, what's really this about? That was like one of the first days.
It was
they
like
opened.
In-N-Out Burger, I couldn't figure that out either, still can't figure
Yeah,
But
right.
sometimes simpler is better.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially if you're in a rush.
Right,
Mhm.
and you got these big pieces of chicken and that sauce, I mean, I don't know, what great sauce, and, you know.
Did you go to the one on Oracle or?
The
One on
one-
Speedway.
We were in Casa Grande,
Yeah,
Oh,
on the way to
okay.
Phoenix yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
it was clean, it was, you know, you know, the only bad thing was a little bit too chilly in there.
Yeah, and then we turned the fan out, it was fine.
Yeah.
But everybody was nice, you know.
Yeah, they're
good
great,
customer
their
service.
training
Right.
is
Quick.
incredible.
Fresh.
Getting back to training, their training for Cane's is unbelievable.
So is Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A's training
It's
is
incredible.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now, I'll eat at Chick-fil-A, but I will not go back to Cane's.
Yeah.
I told Charlie, I said, that's your vibe, babe, that's your jam, you can go there, but I won't spend any money in there again. Even though it was clean, even though it was nice, you know, I
Just
won't
not
go
what you
back in
wanted.
there. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, it was packed, I mean, it was after lunch hour too, and it was packed.
It's popular amongst the younger crowd too.
And speaking of Chick-fil-A, you know, how much of a separator is customer service today? Because I go to Chick-fil-A every day if I was on my diet right now.
It's huge
But-
for me.
I know, for
I
me,
mean, I go to the
love
drive-thru window there and they're so nice
Mhm.
and
Right.
they go to the window,
Yeah.
they call me by name
it.
and
Right.
it's such a pleasant experience, you know?
Right.
It's not like
So-
at McDonald's where they're like throwing your bag out the window.
And
Yeah.
not to date any of us, but 10, 15, 20 years ago, before our videographer was born,
Yeah.
believe it or not, the customer service at Chick-fil-A was like that in 90% of the places we went.
Yeah. it
Customer
was.
service today is horrendous.
It's terrible.
Whenever we get somebody that acknowledges us, we're like, oh, that was great.
Mhm.
20 years ago, it's like, no,
Mhm.
no, you know. Chick-fil-A was the norm back in the day, if we remember correctly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Walking to
It was.
McDonald's, like, hey, how you doing? How can I help you? Today they're like, yeah, what do you want?
Yeah.
You know. So how many other places are like that today? Chick-fil-A is one of them.
No customer service.
The Starbucks I go to, I'm sorry, but they know me by my voice in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Shawn, how you doing today? Same thing? Okay, cool. Or I change it up this week, they're like, what?
Are you okay? Are you sick? I need tea.
Yeah. But what are some other places you go to because of customer service?
QT.
Yeah.
What is it?
QT.
Oh,
Yeah. The industry definitely needs customer service training is the property management, big multifamily
Yeah.
leasing, on-site leasing agents. I mean, you can hardly get them to get out of their chair when you walk into the office to
Yeah.
store a unit.
Yeah.
And it's like you're inconveniencing them. It's like, I wanna put my clients here, I wanna live here. You know, it's.
A great local place, Hermanos. Every time I've gone in there, I mean, Hermanos on 4th.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I've gone in there, I mean, what I like about their get-up, or setup, I should say, is like, there's no assigned waiters or waitresses. They all help each other out.
Yeah.
No matter where they're
So,
buying,
and then
where
they
they're
share
paying,
this too.
they share everything.
Yeah.
There was one time I went in there, and I may not have had beer, maybe, right? And I was tasting the beer, and like, this tastes weird. So I just asked the waitress, and she goes, "Well, I'll be right back. Let me get somebody who would know." The owner of the place came by. He hung out for like 10, 15 minutes, and we're just chit-chatting. He's like, "Well, I apologize. That's just the way the beer tastes. It's a little more flat." I'm like, "Okay, that's all I want to know." He's like, "Well, let me get you another one." I'm like, "No, I'm not complaining. I was just curious." And he insisted he got me another one.
And did it taste the same?
No, he bought me a different one,
Oh.
different style,
Different brand.
yeah, different brand.
Yeah.
But he hung out with me for like 10, 15 minutes, just chit-chatting and talking about the place and talking about the
That's so
menu.
cool. I love
Yeah.
Well,
that.
I like Tamarico. I
You
go
know-
there a lot.
This is so amazing. Okay, that's 3. I just saw it for the first time on diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Okay.
Guy was with her, Wendy is the
Wendy.
chef. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a place in Tucson I've never even heard about.
Oh.
Then somebody else mentioned it just a few days ago, and then you just mentioned it again. We're going there.
Where's it at?
They've got a
Across
place
from
on 4th.
Rincon Market,
Yeah,
and then one
and
down
4th
on
Avenue.
4.
But it's all incredible Sonoran vegetarian food.
Vegan.
Yummy.
Vegan and really gourmet, cool stuff. And
Tamarico?
so we're going, yeah, we're gonna go down.
Tamarico.
T-U-M-E-R-I-C-O.
T-U-M-E-R-I-C-O. And we talk about customer service. I go to the one on, right across from Rincon Market, and, they put the menu on the board. People are staring at it. The young man that's usually behind the counter will always come, "Is this your first time here?" Blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
that's great.
This,
Yeah.
that, the other, and then you sit down and they give you soup instead of chips. And then if Wendy's, there, she usually comes out and, talks to everybody. But I mean, it's a 2 location operation, but you still, I mean,
We
the
gotta go.
different individuals that work there are all really, pleasant.
Roger, the taco place on 4th, what's their name?
Oh, Boca Tacos?
Boca Tacos.
That's another place every time I've gotten into. In case your first time here, let me show you
That's
what's
so
on the
cool.
menu.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really
Just our
cool.
special
Is there
today.
one?
Have you ever eaten at Drunken Chicken on 4th Avenue?
I heard that's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've gotta go check
Yeah,
them out.
Boca Tacos
But
is another one where.
Another local
Yeah.
is we ate at El Corral for our anniversary over the holidays. And
What did you think?
it is consistent. I've been going there for a long
Few
time.
years.
And it is always exceptional, always. The service is always exceptional. The food is always exceptional. Charlie had the most beautiful prime rib I have ever seen in my life. And he always does, but it was incredible. But there was one hiccup. The bartender wasn't paying attention and screwed up my margarita twice. And I thought, okay, there's something up. But, the waitress, the server was, oh my gosh, let me get you another one, So she was definitely on her tin.
She has to
make
be
it, yeah.
because, yeah.
Right, well, the
Taken
prices,
back.
the prices are worth it, but you walk in there and it is exceptional.
Mhm.
And it is one of those historic, old, locally owned restaurants. And they still do an incredible job. That's why we go there and spend the money we do, because it's consistent. And it's memorable.
Yeah.
You don't forget it. You walk out of there going, this was amazing. And that's part of the atmosphere, their branding that they've done, the vibe, the whole, how they take care of people, the quality of the food. Have you ever eaten there at El Corral? That is a winner.
This isn't helping my diet at all. know.
No, but you
It's so
can,
good, the
It's,
brine.
yeah,
but
it's
you can
meat,
eat, yeah,
meat and salads.
No, I'm
and
not getting hungry.
I guess they have the best horseradish.
oh, but they have the best salmon, and I don't eat meat, so the salmon is
That's good to know,
incredible,
yeah.
incredible, but
It's
again,
on the river.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's been there, but there's
Yeah,
got 100-year-old history to it, so again, that's part of that wonderfulness that they've created with their branding.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think Little Abner's used to be, right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
used to be,
That's,
it used to be
they
the
on the
day,
end were not attentive to their brand. So,
I.
what I've heard is it's changed an awful lot.
Yeah, Roger, do you go to Little Abner's? No.
Yeah.
My
No.
parents used to love that when
Oh,
they
I
had,
do
when they
too.
had the band and all of
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's so expensive,
Huh?
It's too expensive for what it is, yeah.
Yeah, they just haven't kept up with the branding.
No.
You know, Little Abner's in
And
the
speaking
day.
of branding,
Let me-
speaking of branding, real quick, what are 3 things that you're gonna do after this class to kind of enhance or amplify your brand? You don't, I want everybody to kind of do that as their homework. Think about that today. What are 3 things you're gonna do to amplify or enhance? I don't think any of us need to rebrand or
No.
nobody here. And I guess I really wish there was one person. No,
One thing I need to add to mine is about the CBD, the cannabis,
Mhm.
the high risk stuff. Go, Jesus doesn't do that, well, but I do.
Right, right.
And they don't know, like my nephew yesterday, he had no idea that I could do CBD for
Yeah,
his business.
yeah. So, that's one thing. You could, you know, amplify. You can amplify the variety of industries you can assist. You know.
Brenda, I think you, like Jim was saying, you've got 3 completely different avatars.
Yeah.
And I
So
think
there
it's
really is no-
confusing to try to mesh them together. I just don't think you can. I think it's defining each one separately.
But I think with Brenda's case though, I mean, what we've talked about this before, I think she should kind of put everything under her own brand.
Yeah, do an umbrella,
Right.
but each division should be identified
Like a DBA.
Separate.
clearly and
Yeah.
and succinctly.
Because
Yeah.
each one could, you know, if people trust her in one area, it's just like.
I know the housing solutions, but I don't know the other 2.
It's the same reason why, you know, if we're watching Shark Tank and we see that David John is an investor in one brand, we're gonna go up and buy that brand. I didn't tell you this, but the reason I was buying or drinking the buy drink yesterday because one of the investors I like and he owns part of that. And he's all about health, nutrition, this and that, so I started drinking his drinks, right? So I think the same, I don't know if Brenda will be in Shark Tank this year or not, but I think.
It's a dream. A dream of mine. I will be one day.
I think, you know, that's one opportunity, you know? And if we get into other areas, I mean, if we brand ourselves, Roger's kind of doing the same thing already because he has all these other businesses that he brokers out, but we buy Roger first.
Yeah, yeah. I trust you enough that whatever you're working on, okay, count me in. And I think too that's, you know, people come to me because they know they can trust me. Because I'm gonna tell them the truth. Whether they like to hear it or not, I will tell them the truth. And with that, when I jump on something, people pay attention. They're like, whoa, wait a minute, MJ's doing this or MJ's onto this? I better look into this. So I think,
Yeah. So that's all, including myself, you know, write 3 things down that are help refine your brand. And then reach out to Jim. Make sure your plans are implemented successfully. Jim or myself.
I think anybody,
Yeah.
one of the things, before we sort of at the end, one of the things I always do, every client meeting I have, every prospect meeting I have, is at the end, ask, what did you get, if anything, that's valuable from this? Because that's part of my questions about branding too, is what did you, I want people to have an encounter that brings some value, even if it's a 10-minute coffee, right? So I just go around and see what did you get, if anything, that's valuable today, hopefully it's something. And who will support you, what support you need from us or anyone in order to implement your plans as you move forward. So, anyone, anything of value today?
Just make me more aware
Okay.
of things that maybe I didn't focus on and, bring out more.
Anything we missed or could have brought that would bring more value?